no numbers, there's no pictures, there's no videos, there's no gameplay. I don't like it.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. And today, Freemers, we are back with another Palia video. This time around, we're going to be talking about how Palia is, you know, it might be controversial to say, but Palia is the second coming of Free Realms. And I truly believe that because of, you know, the recent news we got with the whole plushie. And, man, I've been saying it for a while since when I started covering the game, because I don't remember when I heard about Palia. I think it was in the Free Realm Sunrise Discord. People were talking about it. That was the first time I had heard about it. I didn't know it was a thing. But I think an alpha, prior to it releasing, was going on for like a couple years or so. But apparently the game had been in development since like 2018, I believe. But I've been saying it since I looked at the game. I'm like, dude, there's so many. This looks a little like, I even said it looked a little like Free Realms. It had a Free Realms vibe to it. Just looking at everything, I was like, man, this might be like if you didn't have a place to call home like you did Free Realms, Palia was kind of that second home. I do believe that this is the second coming of Free Realms. Like, this is 100% like Free Realms 2, if you want to call it that. But kind of looking into this real quick, I'm going to read this probably a lot, because this gives you a lot of clarification on, you know, Daybreak, Free Realms, Singularity 6, Palia. This whole post, I'm going to read it. Ever since we announced Palia, we've had tons of players tell us that it reminds them of a very special game from back in the day called Free Realms. I mean, going over that, like, a very special game. It's like, it's not even funny, man. I think they know. Like, they like, there's a rumor or something, or someone said on the Reddit, like, yeah, there's people that worked on Free Realms over at Singularity 6. I'm like, you can't prove that, for one. Unless you've messaged devs and been like, hey, do you work on Free Realms? Like, there's no way to prove that. There's no fundamental proof about that at all. But, like, I don't know, man. If that's true, like, that's crazy. But, like, it's wild seeing the whole Free Realms text here. Like, the fact that because Daybreak bought Singularity 6, they are able to do this whole... You want to call it a collab, but, like, I dare say Singularity 6 owns some properties to Free Realms now because of Daybreak. But yeah, it's wild. And then since launching, we've had a ton of players tell us that it brought some of that magic back for them, and it did. It did, man. I would not be playing Palia if I didn't think it reminded me of Free Realms. You know, I do think Palia is the substitution for Free Realms that we've been waiting for. And dude, we could wait for Free Realms Sunrise forever. We could wait for open source Free Realms to finish development. We could wait for another revival to come out. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to move on to something similar. You know, it's not going to be exactly like Free Realms. That much is clear. But yeah, it's like you need to kind of move on from this game. Like, if a revive happens, it happens, but it's like, you know, I think Singularity 6 have brought that magic back, and it's really cool. Not in the same fashion, like, you know, I think a big complaint for people is, like, there's no combat in the game, but Palia, at the moment, isn't that type of game. It's not a combat-focused game. And if you want that, go play World of Warcraft, you know? If you're a fan of Blizzard at all, which I hope you're not. Goodness gracious. Whew. But anyway, so, and then in honor of this, we've asked our friends over at Daybreak Game Company if we could put a little something from Free Realms into Palia. And as a homage to the current Palians who still have that love for their time in Free Realms, you might find a somewhat familiar face, Chatty the Plush. And it's so weird, man, because a lot of people don't know what Chatty is. And for those who don't know who Chatty is the mascot of Free Realms, essentially. He's like the star of the commercials. His race is called the Treebles. It's basically flying squirrels. But yeah, he is the mascot for the entire game, and that is huge for not only Singularity 6 to recognize Free Realms, but to recognize a character from Free Realms. I think is crazy. And yeah, some people are not going to know what Free Realms are, or what Free Realms is, and people aren't going to know what Chatty is. But at the end of the day, they get a plushie, so that's pretty cool. But for the people who played Free Realms and they get Chatty, it's like, bro, it's sick. It's cool. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the next part of this. Yeah, it says from noon PT until Tuesday, July 1st, anyone who watches 6 hours of favorite Palia Twitch drops enabled content creator will be rewarded with the Chatty plush. This is a way of us saying thanks to the games that came before us. That being said, like, Free Realms is that game. Like, as a thanks to the games that came before us. So, Free Realms, like, I can't think of another game that is like Free Realms that's out currently, other than Palia. Palia is the only one I can be like, this is a Free Realms coded game. Like, not coded like coded, but coated. You know? It's got, like, I don't want to say it has Free Realms DNA in it, but it comes pretty close. You know? And also, additionally, he'll be added as a drop in Zeki's Wondrous Machine from this patch onward. If you're not a Free Realms TM fan, then enjoy the Q plush. But if you are, just remember that, like in Free Realms, in Palia, you rule. And that whole you rule line comes from the commercial, which is crazy. But yeah, a lot of it's wild because, you know, I've always been speculating that Free Realms and Palia are alike, and that Palia is kind of the second coming of Free Realms. And then, of course, you know, Singularity 6 ran into some trouble, and Daybreak Game Company bought Singularity 6, and Enad Global 7 together bought Singularity 6. And that right there, like, even further proved my point about there being a connection there. It's like, okay, so the owner of Free Realms just bought Singularity 6, dog. And obviously at first I thought it was a bad thing, but now it's like, maybe it's a good thing in the long run. But we don't know. We don't know until, like, this game fully releases, and hopefully it'll be available forever. That would be cool. And then, of course, after Daybreak buying Singularity 6, this happens. I do believe that Palia is going to be it's going to be the game that people look to now as, like, you know, if you're waiting for a Free Realms revival, if you're waiting for a game like Free Realms, Palia is it. I will continue to enforce that. I feel like it's wrong not to, because, dude, imagine if I had said nothing about Palia being connected to Free Realms or being like Free Realms. Like, dude, it wouldn't be genuine. It would be dishonest. Like, there's too many similarities. There's too many connections, man. I do believe that, like, Palia is the next Free Realms, and whether or not you play it, that's up to you. But, like, you're probably, there's a good chance you probably will never see Free Realms be revived again. And if you believe that will be revived, I mean, play Palia in the meantime. I don't know. it's up to you, but, like, genuinely, Palia is the next big thing. So I am looking forward to seeing more people play. I'm looking forward to building a community around Palia again. That'd be really cool. See some new folks. But anyway, that's gonna be the video for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you did, as always, I appreciate it a ton. I will see you guys in the next video, and yeah, goodbye.